Hey guys, so I know it's been a couple of days. Boog's lumping again. It's not, come on, it's not as bad as last time. So we're going to do some work with him. Not going to do anything where he's running or doing strenuous activities or anything like that. We are going to be introducing him to a medicine chute. You can use your medicine chutes for a lot of things. Main purpose, medicine chute. Second purpose can be teaching them to trailer load, getting them used to being in a tight, confined space. Third use can be teaching them to cross tie. Fourth use can be teaching them to have a butt bar. You can put a pallet in front of it with a piece of wood on top so they don't slip through. And almost use it like a trailer loading exercise because they have to step up onto the pallet and then into the medicine chute. And for our medicine chute, they have to step back down because it's not a high medicine chute. I don't think I'm going to be tying him in there today. I may put him in there, put the rope over his neck, and just shut the door. It doesn't have a latch. And just shut the door and not put the butt bar up so that if he gets frightened, he can back out. All he has to do is just push on the door a little bit. Rose, I'm going to set you guys up here for a second. Rose, we did this with her, and it was a disaster. Skylar did amazing. Rose, I don't know if I have the footage or not, but she reared up, flipped the frick out. She'd rear up and slam herself into the posts and knock the posts down. My mom was reaching through to pet her one day when she was being calm to tell her what a good girl she was being, and she leaned sideways and slammed into my mom's arm and hand. So it can be very dangerous. So just be careful and do it at your own risk. Ooh, it's cold out here again. We actually had some snow, so I'm not sure if that's why he's limping. And somebody's gonna be like, what? Well, it's been warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold. And sometimes that can kind of mess with their joints a little bit. Come on. I do have a whip. And I do also have some treats. I do believe in clicker training your horses, but I also think, come on. Why are you so jumpy? You've been in here. Move over. Thank you. I also do believe clicker training is good for them, but so is showing them that if they're not going to listen to the clicker training or give a try, come on, that you have a little bit of a tool to kind of work with them. He's not wanting to go in. Come on. There. I'm just trying to put him in the stall real quick so I can turn on the light and get you guys set up. I just took off his lead rope. Now, the bad part is we do have our snowblowers and stuff out, so I don't really have as much room. And I'm not allowed to put them back in the stalls because my grandparents have a hard time getting them out. So, yeah. So I'll show you guys our medicine chute after I turn on the light. Like I said, I don't think I'll be tying them up. I will try to do it in 2 different angles where you guys can see, but I don't know how that's going to work. I do have some medicine stuff actually in the feed pan. You can also cheat and just throw stuff in the feed pan, and that's how you can teach clicker training. They go in to get it and click it. I was going to talk real quick about trailer loading. For you guys who want to rush it, if you want to get it done quick where the horse is going to be confident, I don't believe in doing it fast, but whatever. Everybody has different opinions, so do as you want with your horse. If you want to do it fast and easy, you can back your trailer into a stall, or I wouldn't do a stall, a round pen or a pen, and only feed that. Make sure maybe they don't have shelter, and only feed them in the horse trailer, and put hay all the way going up. Don't just put it in the back, because I've seen and I've heard of people's horses going a day or 2 without food because they're not confident enough to go to the back yet. So put piles and piles of hay all the way through. Do not put another horse in there with them. We have made that mistake before once, and our horse had a swollen knee for the rest of her life. There was nothing wrong with it, nothing broken wise, and it was completely swollen. She's still rideable, but we didn't ride her that much. So just know the risks. If you want to do it quick and easy, I would just feed and water them in there for like a week, and they might go in easy with you, they might not. I don't think there's an easy way to do it, but there's a tip. Anyways, this is our medicine chute. We do have cross ties. We do have a peed pan. This cross tie got broke off. We actually had to nail these in because Rose banged these off and then got stuck in between this alleyway right here that the vet would normally come in to do their medicine work on. And she would slam into those, knock them out, and then we got hurt. There's also this area with water. So yeah, that is our medicine chute. And make sure that door's shut. We also have, here's the back door, doesn't have a latch. If it were up to me, I would cut it across the middle so that the top part could be open and the bottom part could be shut if they need to check a pregnant mare. But it's not my medicine chute, so I can't do that. Then we have our butt bar. It's just a chain with some, I don't know what this is called, protection. And it clips over here. That's the medicine chute. I'm gonna kind of loosen this hose a little bit. I can't really move it unless I undo the whole thing. So anyways, yeah, that's our medicine chute. I'm going to, I think I'll start you guys out here so you can see how I get them in. And then I'll try and move you over there. We have a plug-in and see if that works. And it'll be a second because I got to move the hose to where it's flat and not angled like that so he doesn't get his leg through it. And then I got to go grab him. I guess I'll just have to. In case you're wondering, I'm going to shut this door so it doesn't go through there. That's why I have the barn door shut. If he gets loose, not a big deal. They're a little open more than I want, but the other one's frozen shut. I'm going to go grab him. I did, see he's limping on and off again, but it's not as bad as last time. I did leave his stall door open. I know you guys can't see. In case he gets away from me, I don't want him trying to hide from me or get away from me because of the tight, scary spot. They can sometimes feel like, oh, she was by me when I was in that tight, scary spot, so she brings those that bad energy or whatever you want to call it, bad experience, bad place with me. When I'm around her, that's what's going to happen. So we also have a couple snowblowers and stuff right here. I don't want him getting caught up in. And they're far enough away, if I have a hold of him, he's not going to get caught in them. But he's got a long lead rope on, so they're up against the wall. his stall door is open so that if he feels claustrophobic with me, he can go to his stall. I know he's got burrs. I know you guys can't really see him, but I don't know. I'll comb him out later. Not a big deal. So, this is Mr. Boog, if you haven't met him. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let him smell him. And then I'm going to give him a treat if he doesn't overreact to get away from it. I'm going to let him smell the entrance. And then we'll slowly start adding pressure to get him in. And if you see me just randomly, or not randomly, if you see me just constantly tapping on him, that's me wanting him to go forward. So you can cheat and have somebody drag him in and you spank him on the ass to get him in, but again, I don't believe with that. I do not believe in that at all. I mean, that's like dragging your kid in a daycare that they've never been in with strangers and spanking their ass for crying, you know. You slowly take them there and spend time with them there to let them know it's okay. You don't just drop them off. I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know. Bad example. So, again, it can be good for trailer loading. So I'm just going to tap him to come forward. As soon as he comes forward, I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to let him explore. I'm not putting any pressure. Good boy. And then I'm going to back him away. So that he knows, oh, me being next to it is a good thing. And then he can kind of back away and think about it for a second. So again, I don't know if I've said it, but it's really good for trailer loading. And it can build their trust in you. Nope. I'd like him to move over. There. Nope. I'd like his head in there. I don't want him paying attention to my treats. I want him paying attention forward. There. So. Good boy. Another thing is make sure they have enough rope to go forward. I've seen a lot of people, well, I've not seen, but I've heard of a lot of people going to do this type of thing and they keep the rope like this, really super tight. And when the horse tries to go forward, the rope isn't loose enough for them to actually go forward, and you don't want them learning to pull through you. And then the people sit there and beat on the horse and wonder why the horse rears up and backs up and won't go forward. Well, you're an idiot and you're not paying attention. We don't have a bar above ours because we don't want them rearing up and getting hurt. So, nope, don't want them paying attention to me. There, good boy. Good boy. He's snorting. Good boy. So he's going to start to figure out, oh, when I put my head in and look around, that's when I get a cookie. Otherwise, I don't get a cookie. Oh, I thought it was a cut. It's bird poop. I'm going to send him in. There. Take off the pressure as soon as he puts his head in. Generally, I wouldn't treat him until his head was in there, and I would give him a treat while his head was in. But, as you can see, there's a wall. If I was doing this on that side that I showed you guys, I could do it that way. But it's a little harder to do that way because then you have to wrap the lead rope around the 2x4, around the post, pull them in while you're standing on the other side of the wall, send them in, and then try and not, if they get spooked, try not to be dragged back. So it's just a little more difficult. I'm going to see if he'll put his head in on his own. Give him a chance. Nope. So I didn't want his head towards the treats. Just put my hand up and said no. He's not really trying to figure it out. He just cares about the treats. So we're going to, there. Good boy. As soon as I went to send him, he's like, all right, I need to look straight. That's when you get your cookie. So I'm going to send him in a circle at a walk. There. And try and just get him to go in a little bit. Good boy! The reason I sent him in a circle is just so that he figures out he can go in at at any angle. I didn't really want him to push himself up against the fence like he was a second ago, but that's okay. He needs to figure out at any angle he can go in. So now we're going to actually try for at least the step in. I'm going to give him enough rope to go in, but I'm going to hang onto it up so he doesn't get his leg caught up in it. I want one step. Good boy! He wants to back out, that's fine. If he runs out, he will not get a treat. And I don't have enough treats for this whole process. So at one point or another, he's going to figure out, oh, we're out of treats. Bring him in. I'm going to ask him for a little bit more. He said, no, I'm not comfortable. I said, that's fine. Let's try it again. Says, nope, I'm not comfortable. Try again. There. Good boy. I'm going to rub on him. Good boy. So I'm not going to give him a treat every time because that's all he's focused on right now. See how he comes out and looks at me? That is all he's focused on. So when he comes out not focused on the treats, he'll get another one. There. Good boy. I'm going to back up just in case he gets scared. And I'm going to pull him back. There. Good boy. Just going to pull him back. Good boy! I didn't expect him to go all the way in like that. Make sure you have a good backup because they can freak out and try to turn around. Some of them are kind of smart enough to know that there's no room to turn around, and others are like so freaked out that they don't want to back out. And you're going to chew on the whip. You're so weird. Good boy, that was really good. So even when your horse is limping, you can do a little walking exercise like this, depending on how bad the limp is. If it was like last time, I wouldn't have done anything with him. But since it's not that bad, we're just going to do this. Send him on it. Untangle my rope. Send. He doesn't want to go all the way in. He doesn't have to. But I still don't want him paying attention to me for the treats. So I'm just going to rub on him now. Now instead of a treat, he gets a rub. And then a send. Kind of tap on his butt a little bit. That's okay. He wants to come out, that's fine. See, that time, until right now, he didn't look at me for a treat. So that time he got a treat. Could I do it from that side? Yes. The problem with it is the door. I don't want to be back. I don't want to be behind that door. If he bumps into it, it can still swing back a little bit, and there's another door shut right there. I don't want to be crushed between the two doors. So right there, I just asked him to back up because he stepped forward for a cookie without being asked. Ask a little bit more. There. Keep asking until you get what you want. Good boy. Good boy. Rub him for backing out really good. Good boy. So good. Nope. Let him smell the ground if he wants. That's okay. Good boy. So, I'm going to throw the lead rope on him for a second. Bring him with me. And normally I'd crawl through the medicine chute, but if he follows me, I don't want to get into an accident. So, he's following me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you guys up on the other side so you can see it from his point of view. And I'm just going to continuously do what I did. Oh, God. He's taking off. Boo! Hey, you. Hey, you. Boo. And he's going to a stall. Whoa, whoa. Good boy. Alright, now you guys get to see it from his point of view, kind of. Sorry if the bar is in the way, I don't really have anywhere else to set you. Continue to tap until he goes where you want him. Continue to tap. We're going to start asking for more. There. He's stuck. That's okay. Come on. Now he's not wanting to try because he's being asked for more. There, good boy. Back. Good boy. So all I wanted him to do was stay in for a minute, and all he wanted to do was just get right out. So I just kept the pressure up until he went in and stayed for a second. I don't even know if you guys can see. And I think he just left again. What an ass. He always stays when I don't want him to, but as soon as I want him to move, he doesn't want to move. No, that's not gonna work. I'll try and put you guys there. Sorry. I'm trying to do it to where you guys can see his perspective better. There's a piece of wood here. I'll try. I don't really like him walking around right now with the lead rope on the ground, but I'm not gonna hurt him. There's no loops or anything in it, so. If I could actually get this to work. Nope. Damn it. Sorry, guys. It's really hard to get the angles. Freak. There's a bowl somewhere. I thought. There's a pan. I think that's gonna work. Okay, you guys will have to be like that. I'm gonna go grab him again. Oh, fun times. Hey, what are you doing clear down there? I'm sure you guys heard the little whip crack. That's because when I tried to grab him, he swung his butt on me. So he had to yield his butt. Alright. I'm not going to worry about getting him all the way in and tying him today, just because I want to get him in and get him used to being comfortable with backing out. I thought I'd be able to get him in and close the gate behind him, but with how nervous he is to continuously kind of stand in there, I'm not going to worry about that today. No. No. That is not okay. He doesn't get to try and hide in the corner and then bolt. Absolutely not. He needs to continue to try to go forward. There. Good boy. That's better. Back. Back. Good boy. Now he'll get a cookie. Good boy. So what he tried to do was the pressure to get him in more. And he said, no, I'm not doing that. And he went behind the door in between the two doors. The problem with that is if he gets spooked by something, quit. No. Then he's going to rear up on the door and it's going to slam into me. Or he'll get caught up and get hurt. And then he ran through. So that's why he got his butt spanked. I am going to continue to push his face kind of out of mind when I give treats because I don't want him thinking it's okay to crowd my space and be in my face in order to get a treat. There's other ways of doing it, but we're not doing clicker training where you ignore right now. Right now, we are doing normal training for me. So, I don't know. There's different ways to handle things. Do it how you want. Nope. There. Continue the pressure. So if he wants to put his ass against the wall and then charge at me to get away from that corner, he's going to get his ass beat every time. Right now, the chute is his safe spot. That's a spot with no pressure. Good boy. No. Right there, he ran between me and the wall. No. They don't get to run through you. They don't get to run you over to get out of it. They have to try. There. So when I put pressure on his butt, he ignores it. There. Good boy. Good boy. Back. 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 Whoa. Good boy. The other good thing about this, you can tap on their rib cage where you would kick with your legs, and it teaches them to go forward and back up off of leg pressure. So when I get him like where his butt's right here and he's backing out, that's because I'm tapping him on the butt trying to get him to go forward. He doesn't understand butt means forward. So we're just going to work on it. So what did he just learn? Out here, when you try to act all silly, you get in trouble. And here, when you act good, you get reward. So he's going to start thinking of this tight space as a really good thing. That's what you want. Do you have to use treats? No. You can use breaks. You can use rest from pressure. There. Back, back, back. Back, 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 back. That I liked. He came a little bit out and then thought about it and just stood. That's really, really good. So the only time I whacked him is because he's gone through a tight space and tried to run over the top of me. A few minutes ago I was right here, but against the wall right here. When he went through, and he just about knocked me over. And when he goes through here and won't listen, he just kind of gets a pop on the butt like you would if you were yielding their hindquarters. It's nothing new for him. We've been doing yielding the hindquarters the last few days. And on one side, he's kind of pissy about it, so he gets worked more on that side. So he's kind of like, don't touch my butt. Let's see if he goes in a little easier. I'm going to give a couple taps. See how far he goes in with that. Nope, he's backing up, so I'm going to apply pressure. There, he went forward again, didn't he? He's figuring it out. That I'm not really okay with because I didn't ask him to back out. The rope's kind of getting caught on the wood, but that's okay. Back. Back. There. Good boy. So that I actually kind of liked because although he kept backing away when I was applying pressure forward, he kept going back in and trying. So, I don't know, if this wood wasn't cut like this into panels, it wouldn't catch. That's okay. What you can do, I wouldn't recommend unless you know the horse, is roll the rope up and over and hang on to the tail. So when he goes forward now, it's going to slide across and go with him. I'm not going to use that to pull him in, but I'm not even touching the rope right now. I'm not going to give him a treat because he's expecting it. Good boy. Just keep pointing at him to go in. There. Now I don't really want him eating the hay that's in there. I want him to pay attention. It's okay for him to take a bite or two, but I really want his attention on me, not on food. And back. Good boy. And forward. And stand there for a second. Nope. There. Good boy. And back. The reason I'm kind of letting him back out right away, I don't want him to get where he's nervous and then quit and then get scared to be in there. Good boy. You're so dirty, though. Can you go forward? Good boy. Good boy. So whenever he backs out, I'm just going to apply pressure for him to go forward until I ask him to back out. Kind of pull on him a little bit. There. Good boy. Back. Good boy. That was better. Oh. And then out of treats. Okay, I'm going to grab you guys. I do not want him coming in with me. Ah! The reason I don't want him coming in is I don't know how confident he is. So I'm just going to show you what I was doing when you guys were over there with the rope, and then we'll end it because I did not know it was already been 33 minutes. So, threw the rope over. Like that. You don't even know if you can see with his fat head in the way. Just over, and just like that. Send him forward, and I'm not going to hold the rope. When he puts his head down, I'm going to grab the rope and just kind of pull on him a little bit. I don't want him thinking about food. Send him back in. Pull him back out. Send him back in. Pull him back out. Good boy. Now, I won't send... That is just the first maybe 2 or 3 times because I don't want him getting to where he's frightened in there and then they blow up. With the girls, we kind of put him in there and chained him up, and we shouldn't have done it that way, but at that time, we were still learning ourselves how to train it. So I hope you enjoyed that video with Mr. Boogster. I'm going to get the light turned off and take him back and pick out his feet and make sure there's no rocks in him and give him his dinner. So just be cautious. You can throw it over like I did at the end. I don't really like doing that, but it's better than him sticking his head down to get some hay and getting the rope caught up in between his feet, and then he's in a tight space freaking out. I mean, he normally doesn't care about the rope around his front feet, but he cares about it around his back feet. So that's why I don't really want him getting spooked in there. I don't want him to think of it as a bad thing. I'm going to shut up and stop talking, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.